is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
Snyder drives it. Left field, it's deep. Over his head, off the wall. Upton, come on down. The lucky 14th for the Diamondbacks. They win it in walk-off style. And for the first time since last August, the Diamondbacks sweep someone else. You think of two things when you visit downtown Phoenix, Arizona, looking back to last night. Number one, that was great. Number two, what took you so long, Diamondbacks? The Diamondbacks get going. After a sweep of the New York Mets, they host the San Francisco Giants, who have come to town with an awful lot to play for. All the action on Fox Sports Arizona. Now, San Fran has fought themselves right back in the race. They've done it with pitching. They have 12 wins in their last 16 ball games. Arizona now officially steps into the role of spoiler. Hello there, folks. We're not spoiling anything about your weekend on this Thursday night. He is Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. Welcome back to the ballpark. Gracie, we've hated to do it. I'm sure journalists have hated to do it, but all year long, the Diamondbacks bullpen has worn it. They have taken criticism. They have been talked historically as one of the worst bullpens statistically of all time. So last night, with those 8 scoreless innings, they were able to take it off. They didn't have to wear it. It was fabulous to see what they were able to do.
It really was. Dan Herron went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, then he turned it over to the bullpen. Well, that's a disaster, right? No, not at all. All these guys did was put up 8 shutout innings, folks. And it was not only 8 shutout innings, it was 8 dominant innings. Only a base runner or 2, lots of strikeouts. It was very impressive. And like you said, what took you so long, Darren Sutton?
Yeah, it was great to see these guys have the arms, the stuff plays, but they haven't been able to translate it into success in the major leagues. That can't be said for Rodrigo Lopez. He doesn't have the arm of a lot of those guys. He's been a great story all year long. We do know this as the game gets later, and especially even about the 6th inning, he has started to fade this year. Let's hope that won't happen tonight.
Yeah, you have to hope so, because one thing, when you're playing the San Francisco Giants, you're going to face some quality pitching, and they're doing that tonight. They're putting big Matt Cain on the mound, and all he did the last time he faced the D-backs, well, he gave up 1 hit early in the game. That was it. So Rodrigo Lopez has got to be sharp tonight, Darren.
It's great fastball, very good fastball when he is on. Obviously, secondary stuff is good. Where's the time gone? I mean, you think of Matt Cain, what is he, folks, 30? How about 25 years old? Matt Cain has been at it since he was 20 in the major leagues. Gracie and I, glad to have you with us. When we come back, a little bit more of a perspective on that fantastic 14-inning win last night, where, by the way, we found out that people from all over the world were watching Diamondbacks baseball. A little communicating organically. Diamondbacks by Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership, and by Southwest Airlines. Visit Southwest.com. Grab your bag because it is on.
And back at Chase Field on this Thursday night, a new day and a new series against the San Francisco Giants. Well, the day almost dawned on us last night during the game against the Mets. Jody Jackson with you out on the field. It was a 14-inning game, but it was all worth it. The Diamondbacks with a 4-3 victory over the Mets. And we're going to take you through by the numbers. Take a look, some staggering ones. Almost a 5-hour game. 13 pitchers, almost 500 pitches. You see the hits, 23 left on base, and one mound repair delay. Yes, we had a little bit of everything, as part of the mound came loose while Dan Herron was out there last night. Now, Kirk Gibson, after the game, talked about his tired yet happy bunch. It's our Geico quote of the game.
I walked in there just before I came in there. They were just sitting in their lockers with their uniforms on. When's the last time you guys seen anybody in that locker room? Like 2 minutes after the game. You know, they were exhausted. Even the physical part's one thing. But they really mentally stayed up and stayed after it and hung in there. Played like a very good team today.
A very proud manager. His team on a roll right now. 3-game sweep of the Mets. And Justin Upton, he's on a roll as well. His hitting streak now at 8 games. Can he make it 9 against Matt Cain and the Giants? We'll find out next.
Now trying to move his team in San Fran back to the top of the National League West. Former big league catcher and a good man, Bruce Bochy. Let's take a look at Bochy's starting lineup. Not known for their offense until you look at the cleanup man. Rookie Buster Posey and, of course, Pablo Sandoval rocks in this ballpark. All the way on down, Rodrigo Lopez ready to roll, the 34-year-old right-hander. And we are underway at Chase Field. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday night. Rodrigo out of Tlalnepantla in Mexico.
Oh, man, you went bilingual on me early.
Making his 20th start of the season. Hot shot, foul ball, running that cut fastball in to Andres Torres. Numbers delivered by our good friends with the UPS store. Rodrigo has gone 7 or more innings 10 times this year, more than any other Diamondback starter. And really, that's where it starts and ends for me. Chasing high with a fastball. Andres Torres, somebody can dust a spot on that bench off for him.
That's 3 quick ones.
Let's take a look defensively, working behind Lopez. Fly ball pitcher, gives up a lot of homers, so the outfielders had better be ready. Parra, Young, and Upton. Infield of Reynolds, Drew. Hard-hitting Kelly Johnson. and Adam LaRoche. Miguel Montero, the battery mate. Miggy catches 14 last night. Miggy in the starting lineup today. Former Pirate Freddie Sanchez, since coming to the National League a couple of years back from Boston. Despite battling injuries the last year and a half or so, he has been a perennial 300 hitter. Struggled to start his career in the American League of Southern California. And this year they're looking to him and receiving a 277 clip. They call that rabbit ear left when you have the pocket hanging out like that.
Is that what they call it?
Yes, they do. They also, Gracie, you can tell me if I'm wrong, if you hear very clearly when someone gives you the business out there as an umpire or a fielder, you have rabbit ears.
You have rabbit ears. You don't want to be known as that guy. You don't want to have that reputation.
Not a good one to have?
No.
2-2 the count.
Because if the more you react to the fans giving you the business, the more they're going to give you the business. Hey, you talking to me? Yeah, I am. Now I'm really going to be talking to you.
Good pitch, a changeup diving down and in. 3-2 the count to Freddie Sanchez. Sanchez in his career has really handled the Diamondbacks. 40 hits, a .348 batting average against Arizona pitching. Good pitch, fastball buried in after the changeup. LaRoche leans. Did he get it? What a play by Adam LaRoche. And it is a monster drop-off beyond that rail, another 5 or 6 feet down. A fine play by the Diamondbacks' first baseman.
Well, he just knows right where he is. And like you said, if he goes about 6 more inches, that is a big first step and a long fall. What a great play by Adam LaRoche. Just a fabulous play.
Oh, good to see. Again, we've seen Mark Reynolds dive up and over rails. And it's still as dangerous, and Reynolds has put himself in harm's way. But that one there, again, look at the drop-off. I mean, it's a good, 4 more feet down?
And there's nobody there to help him out.
No. Another angle to take a peek. There you go. That speaks to it. Definitely above belt high if you're standing at the rail, and then you have the rest of it on up. 2-0 the count to Aubrey Huff, who has been rolling. Change up, and when you're rolling, you take pitches like that.
That's exactly right. Most mere mortal hitters would have swung at that one. Maybe pulled it on the ground to the right side, and it'd be inning over.
He's in the middle of an 8-game hitting streak. You saw what he has done to the Diamondbacks this year. He's got 11 hits in his last 8 games. And he leads his club in just about every offensive category this season. 3-2 the count. A late call of strike. Jeff Kellogg behind home plate.
Aubrey Huff none too pleased with the strike call. Jeff Kellogg looked a little inside to me, but we'll take it.
Three and two the count to Huff. Change up takes that one low. So a strikeout, a pop out to the first baseman, and then Huff reaches with a walk. On base percentage of about .390 this season. And now Buster Posey. We go from a pretty good story to a great one. This top draft pick out of Florida State. Eventually, we certainly enjoyed Benji Molina, but he became expendable of all things because of a rookie catcher. Not only has he caught well, he is hitting .349 as he shoots that one back to the screen.
Well, that's just the way the game can be. You know, we're going to keep you, and you're really good. But, by the way, we've got somebody coming up that we think is a little bit better, so we're going to move you. And not only did they move Benji, you know, they showed some class moving Benji Molina to Texas, a first-place team.
The 0-1 to Posey. Fouls that one back. You saw what he is doing right now. He is knee-deep in a 15-game hitting streak. And it's not one of those hit-a-game hitting streaks. He's 26 for his last 60. .433 is the average. How about that club? And those are two very respectable names. And then the young man, runner going. And they tried to tag him on the backside.
Well, Rodrigo fell asleep. Aubrey Huff, who does not run well at all, just took it. They've been running on Rodrigo a lot lately, haven't they?
Well, all year long. That is 16 stolen bases against him, Gracie, and folks, with none thrown out. And that one, you can hang on Rodrigo, and I'll tell you why. Gracie started the conversation by talking about how he fell asleep. They were throwing a pitch up to see if Posey would chase, so it was close to a pitch out. So right away, everything that could be done to help Miguel outside of the pitcher. See?
Yeah, he's already up out of his crouch. But the jump was so good.
That's exactly
There's
right.
no chance. Well, how do you take that one? Heck of a pitch, but when you're as hot as he is, you do take that one.
Hitting .342 with runners in the scoring position, including 6 of his last 14. And now they're going to get together and talk about it. 45 games he has played. You know, you look at the others, how they started in their first 45 games. Hayward hit .298. He homered 10 times and drove in 36. Sanchez .276, drove in 21. Ike Davis hit .259. And again, that's in their first 45 games. Posey. Really, Hayward has been close. The way they have started this year.
Gabby Sanchez, another big 3-run homer last night. My pick.
Is that back leg? Shoots it into right center field, a base hit. For Buster Posey, the beat goes on. That is a 16-game hitting streak and another hit with runners in scoring position. You remember when he broke into the big leagues against these Diamondbacks, they could not get him out. They still can't.
Well, a 2-out walk, then a 2-out stolen base, and then a 2-out base hit. And when you're a contender, you do things like that. You pick out the opponent's mistakes and you capitalize on them.
As a club, it's a pretty darn good number right there. Those two gentlemen, the walk and then the RBI. And oh, by the way, here's Pablo Sandoval. Breaking ball is a high strike. Sandoval, now he may not have the hitting streak overall. He's just got one here. He's hitting .231 on the club's current road trip, but is rolling in this ballpark. Fastball 0-2 the count.
Couldn't catch up with that.
Yeah, we saw Posey make his, as he stands out there at first, his 2010 debut, not his big league debut, but his 2010 debut by going 6-for-9 against the Diamondbacks in late May. Fastball is high. So he's now 7 for 10.
Plan B for the scouting report.
Put one in his ribs? Put one in his ribs? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I didn't say that, but I mean,
The 1-2.
that's old school.
It's fouled off.
You know I love the old school. Trying to bring a little more of it to the booth.
Not going to happen up here.
Oh, come on. You were raised by your father old school.
Very old school. Been around this game for years and years.
Attaboy, Don.
Pass me that green tea, please. 1-2 the count. The Amica hit zone. They pitch him away. They pitch him down. Pitch is seen. Brought to you by Amica Insurance. That is a foul ball, and I mean just barely. It hopped over the bag. Right on it was Jeff Nelson. Kellogg behind home plate. Nelson at first.
close.
One and two the count to the Panda. They're going to go up the ladder again. We wonder. Well, he missed a spot. You know, you wonder, if you're Sandoval, do you see that? Do you see Montero right out of the corner of your eye, almost standing up? I mean, do you see this if you're Sandoval at all?
You can feel it. He didn't get it high enough.
No, he didn't hit his spot. It's a great angle right there to see where those eyes are. You have to catch that, or as you say, feel it. Oh, he spoiled a good changeup, didn't he? A lot of the times it's not about the actual hit you get. You may get a Texas leaguer, but it's spoiling the wicked pitch, isn't it?
That's exactly right. We saw Posey do it. Spoiled pitches, fouled him off, got something he could handle, and right now Sandoval about to face pitch number 29 in the first inning. And another foul ball.
Up out of that crouch again. And he went after it, fouls it off. As you said, the at-bat rage is on.
Not quite having the year a lot of people expected from him.
That's exactly what you're talking about right there. The numbers back it up.
Well, you got one right down the middle there.
Kind of a gutsy pitch.
Yeah, I don't think he was wanting to throw it right down the middle.
I hope not. Thought they'd fool him and come right down Broadway.
That'll trick him.
There are some hitters that's the case. This is a hitter, though, that swings at everything. 1-2 the count. Except for pitches like that. 2-2. Boy, are they grinding him out. As you mentioned, 31 pitches. Uribe waits on deck. Just underway. Posey with an RBI. He stands at first. They finally, stubbornly got him up out of the zone. But I'll tell you what, 32 pitches he had to throw. These Giants are here to work tonight. I like that. You know, what kid doesn't want to stay up past their bedtime?
I was going to say, it's summertime. Any win's a good win.
Well, and for Kirk Gibson, any sweep is a good sweep. He hopes to take it a step forward, capitalize. Let's take a look at Gibby's starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Visit southwest.com against Matt Cain. It's young, it's hard-hitting Kelly Johnson. Then it's Justin Upton, Miguel Montero. Mark Reynolds, Gracie likes to call him the sheriff, as we take a look at LaRoche, Drew, Parra, and Lopez. Now we got hard-hitting Kelly Johnson. How about hard-throwing Matthew Cain, 25 years old, 25, out of Dothan, Alabama.
Always got a good ERA and always hangs around 500. Been one of those guys that unfortunately just hasn't gotten a lot of run support in his career.
Well, as you said, here he is again, a 7-8 record with a 3.30 ERA. 3.65 is the run support this year. And the 1-0. Young, base hit, left field.
That's as many as they got the last game off of Matt Cain.
That's exactly right. He is now 7 of 13 in the first at bat of the game. Wow. That's situational hitting right there.
No, he's just been a big-time shot in the arm ever since Kirk Gibson took over. He decided, okay, well, this is my leadoff man. And he's putting hard, hitting Kelly Johnson in the second hole. That's paid dividends.
Well said. Here is HH. And he takes a fastball that grabs the inside corner. By the way, the batting leadoff and the job he has done. Chris Young since July 2nd. In 13 of 16 games, he has had hits. That's coming into tonight's action. You can add another hit to that total. Change of pace. That goes along with that great fastball. 0-2 the count. If he throws 100 pitches, only about 10 or 12 will be the pitch you saw a moment ago, a changeup.
Well, if he throws it like that, he better throw about 30 of them.
Well, that
was
one,
a dandy.
Didn't it almost look like a split?
Yeah.
Young tried to swipe it. Did he? Yes, he did. A stolen base. And he has been so gutsy trying to crack safes all over the place, and he just cracked that one.
The guts of a thief. He got in there rather easily. And there's the stolen base. A little unorthodox, but yet a stolen base in the book.
Kelly's in the hole. 0-2 makes it a little bit tougher. And because of that broken bat, even though he got it to the right side, it hung up long enough. Chris did not move up.
Yeah, it's tough right there. You give yourself up, you do the job, but unfortunately it's just a tough read for Chris Young. I got to freeze on a line drive, but it was a one-hopper. Tough luck there for Kelly Johnson.
Well, he did too, didn't he? He did exactly what he was supposed to do and gave himself up 0-2. So now Justin Upton.
A red-hot Justin Upton.
You bet, in the middle of an 8-game hitting streak. We talk about the likes of Posey, who's right there next to him. Huff as well. Justin in that 8-game hitting streak, and it's a 15-hit 8-game hitting streak. You can see overall what he has done this year. Fastball doesn't chase. That one's up and away. This sums up right now the 8-game hitting streak. The extra base hits, the RBIs, the on-base plus slug, putting it together.
Is that any good?
Yes, because league average is 730. That's 600 points above league average. All-star caliber. Top 10 is 1,000. So it's pretty good.
It's been a good 8 games.
2-1 the count. We like to, when we're talking about numbers like that, though, to go down that road, and I appreciate you coming along with me. We like to talk about sample sizes. I mean, that's a small sample size.
2-1 on Justin Upton. That's like candy bars.
Yeah, little ones at Halloween, just a little Snickers. You like the big one. I mean, you want to have an OPS of 1,300 with a big Snickers bar, like a month.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you lose me on these new statistics, and then you drop sample size on me. I'm starting to get lost. Does that mean he's like hitting well?
Yes, in 8 games.
Yeah.
Just a small
driving the ball in the
size,
gap,
though.
hitting some home runs. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
The 3-1.
That was a pitch around right there. You could tell.
With a base open, Pitch right around him. Upton, by the way, 10 for his last 20 runners in scoring position. That may be why. Let's take a look defensively. With Torres and Rowan and Shearholz. And then on the infield, Kung Fu, Juan Uribe, Sanchez and Aubrey Huff. Buster Posey behind the plate. And he catches Matt Cain. Yeah, talking about old school. There's an old school ball player there. Plays hurt, plays hard.
One of the good guys. One of the really good guys.
Change up, he pulled it, it stayed in. 1-0 the count. Arizona hitting just a tick over 280 with runners in scoring position this year. I think lately that has really started to rise again, because there was a time in April where they were running away in that category and quieted down for a while. They lead the National League.
That's usually a statistic that shows first place clubs. Big rip at a 2-0 fastball and comes up empty.
It reminded me of our good friend who's now trying to slug in Japan, Josh Weitzel. Used to take a swing like that.
Boy, would he take a mighty rip at it.
2-1 the count to Miguel. Inside, 3-1 the count. When you talk about Cain, 43 walks and 120 plus innings, so not a dramatically high number. 91 strikeouts. He is working behind. Sometimes that's the danger in the pitch around, that takes you a batter or two to find the zone, specifically the good command around the zone. The 3-1. High pop up, easy chance and luck. One after ball 4.
They got Miguel to chase ball 4 there. Just a lazy pop up on a 3-1 count. He'll be disappointed with that one.
Here's Mark Reynolds. 22 home runs, 61 batted in. Reynolds homered last night. He also walked a couple of times in the ball game. And 4 hits, 2 home runs in the series sweep over the New York Mets. Pitch is low. Did he? Yes, he did. Jeff Nelson said that he went around.
And he did. That's the correct call.
Doesn't chase up, and rarely does he chase up there. You've got a better chance to get him knees to belt away. Cap bill high. He is not one of those hitters that you beat a lot up there or in breaking balls in the dirt. He is one of the rare hitters that will swing and miss at strikes more than anyone in baseball. Pretty good pitch, but it's low. 2-1 the count. This home run last night, you want to talk about touched. You don't see many line drives 30 rows deep.
I was going to say, that ball got out of here quickly. Surprised that play didn't work.
Arizona, one of the reasons that number is where it is. Runners in scoring position. Last 10 games, 338. With runners in scoring position is Mark. That's the pitch I'm talking about. 2-2 the count. It's just a little bit off the plate.
Just a bit off the plate, you're right.
Reynolds now with 2 strikes against Cain. Got him back out there again. It's that blind spot for Reynolds. They strand a couple of base runners in scoring position. 1-0 through 1. Going back to say one more thing to James Loney and the umpiring crew, Tim McClellan, the crew chief of this crew, saying that's 2 visits to the mound. And the skipper of the San Francisco Giants here in town, Bruce Bochy, coming on out saying, you got to go to the bullpen. Sherrill on out of the bullpen. Broxton done.
Without warming up.
Without warming up, and it was a come-from-behind victory. And then we find out that, according to Major League Baseball and its umpiring supervisors, that technically when that occurs, that pitcher has to stay in and face the same batter. So Major League Baseball saying, Mr. Bochy, good try, but the crew got it wrong. But since the Dodgers didn't file an official protest, no recourse. Fastball is in.
But didn't Tim McClellan come out and defend himself and say he got it right?
He said that's not the nature of the rule. The rule for the 2 visits to the mound for the manager who tries to pull the fast one, that's what the rule is supposed to be for.
So they called Bruce Bochy a cheater. Major League Baseball did.
No, they didn't call him a cheater. He just came out and asked a question.
But didn't he try to pull a fast one? He did pull a fast one.
He said he went around. Uribe is done.
That's 3 strikeouts now for Rodrigo Lopez against the underhanded San Francisco Giants, according to my partner in Major League Baseball.
It is rule 8.06, 2 trips to the mound.
Okay.
And that is the rule that was interpreted as Nate Shearholz digs in and he takes a strike over the outside.
So once you leave the dirt area, that you have officially left the mound, and if you come back to say, oh, and another thing, that's another trip.
A second trip to the same pitcher in the same inning as that one is hit out to LaRoche. Plays it on a backhand. A flip to Lopez covering in time for the out. Part B of Rule 8.06 reads, and I quote, a second trip to the same pitcher in the same inning will cause this pitcher's automatic removal. Okay. The manager or coach is prohibited from making a second visit to the mound while the same batter is at bat, but ... The pinch hitter is substituted for this batter. The manager or the coach may make a second visit to the mound and not remove the catcher. There is more that goes on, though. Or the pitcher, I should say.
Yeah, that's a little too confusing for me. Ah, they got the call right. Here we go. Aaron Rowan's going to step in, and he'll look at a ball low and away for ball 1. Lopez having a quick inning.
In a case where a manager has made his first trip to the mound and then returns a second time to the mound in the same inning with the same pitcher in the game and the same batter at bat, as this one is a breaking ball, after being warned by the umpire that he cannot return to the mound, the manager shall be removed from the game and the pitcher required to pitch to the batter. That is the part of the rule they were talking about. Twice back onto the mound. The 2-1. 3-1 the count to Rowan. Substitute pitchers allowed 8 prep pitches. That's it from the pen. The 3-1. Good pitch, broke his bat, sinker down and in time for the out. Oh, glad to clear that up for you, folks.
After you guys take your Tylenol, we'll be right back for the bottom of the second inning.
Sports Arizona presents Diamondbacks Baseball, brought to you by Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far. And by Salt. In theaters, July 23rd.
You going to go?
To Salt?
Or the other guys?
Wait a minute. Just popped in. No? Not on there.
No. Oh, I saw it.
I did too. That's Rule 8.07. The other guys.
Oh.
Here's Adam LaRose to lead it off. Fastball.
Yeah, we're going straight rule book tonight, aren't we?
Count.
Why don't you tell everybody about the fourth out?
Popped up. The play is made. Adam LaRoche is there. By the way, every time a D-back hits a home run this season, Fulton Homes will donate $150 to the Youth Assistance Foundation. And it's not funny, Grayson. I'm still mad that we didn't get 2,000 emails last night.
You know what? We came close. We had a great bunch of people getting involved with the show, letting us know where they were watching from. That was great.
It was a lot of fun.
Almost as much fun as you explaining that 2 trips rule.
That ruined my night.
Yeah, but you knew it was coming.
High fly left field. There to make the play is Torres, and he puts it away. I'm not talking to Bruce Bochy anymore. Or Joe Torre, or Don Mattingly.
Well, it sounds like MLB was calling him a cheater.
I think you're right.
We know Bruce Bochy, a good friend of this show, would never cheat.
Who saw the whole game last night? I was wondering about that. There is our good friend. What a good man he is.
And a heck of a manager.
Mm-hmm. Here's Gerardo Parra. Now, don't lie. Don't lie. Did you see the whole game last night? A, yes. B, no.
Don't lie.
3-6-9-2-9. That one is slapped the other way. Now,
can you, if you had to go
yes.
visit the ladies' room or the
absolutely.
men's room and
put
Mr.
your son or daughter to bed.
Okay.
Something like that, or take a quick phone call.
That counts as watching the whole game.
Right, were you with us? I mean, if you came in and you were nodding off and you turned it on in the 11th, that doesn't count.
Gotcha.
Don't lie. The 0-2. As Will Sick rule 8.13 on you. The liar's rule. Kevin, don't lie now. You know, the guys in the truck, they didn't see the last 3 innings.
And why is that?
They just stopped watching, they said.
They gave up.
They were busy on conference calls, planning the excitement about all the emails we got. There was morning meetings today.
Oh, dear.
Broken bat. Look at the play by Kane. Hops right off the mound. Now you can do that. That's rule 9.325-1.
You can feel the comeback.
Off the mound like that.
But what if you go back on the mound? Is it a trip?
No.
of 1-0. Jody Jackson with you, Darren Sutton, Mark Grace, and last night's 14-inning game. While Miguel Montero, who is out there once again tonight, caught every inning, and Kirk Gibson waited to put him in the lineup officially till he came in today. He said, though, Miguel has told me he felt great. He was actually, he woke up early, got a good night's sleep, but did wake up early, and given, the knee surgery earlier this year, he said he felt terrific. And so more on catchers and the job that catchers have to do out there. Obviously, so many different things that go into it. Our catcher show Saturday night, Joe Garagiola Sr. will have the pleasure of getting to hear his analysis and his view on catching, guys.
Thank you, Jody. Is everything okay, Jody?
Yes.
It's very quiet. Where are you? Are you in a library?
Oh, no, I'm in the press box, but,
okay.
I usually don't. Maybe I yell when I'm in other places.
No, you just yell at Darren and I.
You were very respectful. It's just the media.
That's true, but when I'm out in the crowd, it's a little noisy, so I do have a tendency to raise it up a little.
I understand. Look over your shoulder. Nick Pecoro.
Yeah,
he likes it loud.
likes it.
I try to be respectful. These guys are working, I think.
So
Nick's downloading bad music.
Yeah, he's been down in the doldrums lately.
He'll be all right.
Cheer him up a little bit, Jody.
Torres drives it into right center field. Well struck toward the wall. It's way out of here, up onto the balcony. Nothing quiet about that. And the home runs, 24 allowed this season.
Oh, that's making an adjustment right there. Rodrigo Lopez got him with a high fastball in the first inning. He tried to go up again this time. Torres was waiting on it. And that time again, though, Rodrigo didn't get it as high as he wanted to get it, and it cost him a long ball.
Popped up and into the seats it goes, by the way. That home run allowed overtook the lead that was being shared by Dan Herron. Most home runs allowed in the National League.
2 Diamondbacks, huh?
A couple of guys with a lot of long balls. Since August 1st of last year, no one in the major leagues has allowed more homers than Dan. One and two, the count. Buries that fastball in. So the Giants lead it 2-0. Is it a case of this team has enough pitching and they will be in the race all year long because of it?
When you can pitch, you're in every game, Darren. And these guys can pitch.
By the way, their bullpen since July 4th, 1.94 ERA.
Exactly. It's the same story that San Diego's writing right now. And when you can pitch, your game will travel.
That being said, they have their eye on offense.
Yeah, pitching travels. Hitting doesn't always travel as well. You see a lot of discrepancies home and road when it comes to swinging the bats. But those valuable arms travel well.
Bouncing ball. Sanchez a little bit out front on a slider. Freddie is erased on a ground ball out to Stephen Drew. You talk about the offense for the San Francisco Giants. 4.4 runs per game. Diamondbacks about 4.6. It's not a dramatic difference. Cincinnati, the best offense with regard to runs per game. The Reds in all the National League. Popped up. Montero, Reynolds racing. And that'll bounce off the dugout. Ends up a souvenir. Fan that made the trip down from Sholo.
Yeah, it was nice. I'm sure it's nice and mild up in Sholo.
And won the count to the red hot Aubrey Huff.
Oh, good pitch. Ate him up with a fastball in.
And we can tell you about the offense, the runs per game, how both Arizona and San Francisco are in a similar spot, but then there's the Giants team ERA. The 0-2 fastball is in. San Francisco's team earned run average is 3.41. San Diego and St. Louis, the only two that are better in the National League. The Diamondbacks 5.27. That's where one of the big differences is. That man, Dave Righetti, did it all in the big leagues, and that doesn't hurt. To have been a starter, to have been a closer. Where'd that pitch miss? See the ERA there. San Diego, St. Louis. Two. Big swing, pops that one up. And that one, a good try by Gracie there to make the play. You just missed it, pal. That was a good effort there. The 2-2. Bouncing ball. Kelly gobbles it up. Sets and fires in time for the out. But a big blast off the bat of Andres Torres. He's got 9 this year. Kind of the unsung hero in the Bay Area. Legendary performance on this date, 1989. Cincinnati Reds legend Johnny Bench was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. That's certainly a legendary performance, as this young man just begins his career on a high note. He's got a long way, decades to go to reach that status. And decades, by the way, at about the level at which he is playing right now. Johnny did it his whole career. But it's been a nice start. Hall of Fame weekend coming up, as that one is swung right through. One of your old teammates being honored, Andre Dawson.
Yeah, congratulations to the Hawk. The most professional baseball player I ever played with.
Well, what a compliment that is, Gracie. Lopez drives it to the right side. There to make the play. And he did it. We're going to give a quick reminder that anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day.
Yeah, he did it with
really bad knees, huh?
Maybe a half a left knee and maybe a third of a right knee, and put up better numbers than 99% of the healthy guys could.
how much, because I remember when my father was a teammate of Bill Buckner's,
right, late
in Buckner's career, and how he had to get ready for games. How hard was it as his teammate? I don't want you to talk too out of school, but how hard was it for him to get ready just to play? Andre Dawson.
Well, I don't know, and I'll tell you why. I wasn't allowed to know. 30 minutes before every ball game was to start.
Chris Young drives it left field. We might have you hold that thought. Let's see. Leaping and making the play. What a fabulous job out there hauling that in by Torres. We will hold the thought for just a moment as we take a look at this play by Andres Torres, who just homered.
He just homered. He just goes back, makes a beautiful grab. Made it look rather easy. Oh, what a nice play. But none of us will ever know just how much he had to go through to get ready, because the the trainer's room would close 30 minutes before every game because Andre Dawson had to be stretched. His knees his knees and knee area had to be stretched out, stretched to the point so much scar tissue was being broken that tears would come to his eyes. It would hurt every day so badly, and Hawk didn't want any of us to see him vulnerable. So it was closed. Just him and the two trainers.
Wow.
One for one leg, one for the other leg, every single day. And you could hear the moans. You could hear the pain, the anguish. But you weren't allowed to see it.
Well, that is a teammate now, isn't it? And that's a Hall of Famer as well.
That's how much he had to go through just to get out there and put it on the line every day with us.
That's a great story. 2-2. Kelly rockets that one foul. Wow. 2-0. The Giants lead it. Giants are very proud this weekend as well, for a different reason. Reason up here at the press level. Kelly fouls that one off. Personally, now this is personally, my favorite announcer in baseball, John Miller. He is going into the Hall of Fame, receiving the Ford Frick Award this weekend. He is not with the Giants. He is not here this weekend. He is there. Dave Fleming. Does a great job. Dave will take off tomorrow, and he is going to be a part of the festivities and the celebration. Andre Dawson, John Miller. A couple of Hall of Famers this weekend. Congratulations to both. And boy, in an inning or so, this gentleman making major contributions to this game. Sutton, very quiet and respectful Jody Jackson, and you. Name at least 5 catchers inducted as players into the Baseball Hall of Fame. 5 catchers in the Hall. We just talked about one of them a moment ago. Very good question. 0-1 the count to Buster Posey. By the way, we'll be hearing from Diamondbacks catchers and this Giants catcher on our catcher show on Saturday. We'll sit down with this rookie phenom tomorrow. Get to know what he's all about. Joe Garagiola, former Major League catcher, broke into the big leagues at 20, was a world champion at 20 with the Cardinals behind the plate. He and his lovely wife enjoying the ball game. That one is outside. Posey singled in a run back in the first inning. For Lopez, the 1-2, he just fights it off. And we'll do it again. You see Posey, and the start that he has had isn't showing quite the power, though he's not far off. But there is one reminder I have from another young slugger who's now been around for a few years, height-wise, similar size, stature, and another young slugger that uses a large baseball bat. I mean a good-sized bat, and that's Ryan Braun. Both of these hitters use bigger than average pieces of lumber, and they use them well to their advantage. Braun's talked about his, Gracie.
Yeah, he uses a very long bat. Posey does too, huh?
Well, you have to be willing to use the whole diamond if that's the case. Bouncing ball out to Mark Reynolds behind the bag, sets fires LaRoche to a tippy toe, stays on the bag, and so Buster Posey, they finally find a way to get it.
It's not often you've got a couple of months in the big leagues and you hit fourth. You just don't see that very often, Darren. That's how special this kid is.
Had a chance to spend some time with him in the Arizona Fall League. That's how quickly he has gotten here. As part of that Rising Stars game. And is the best of the Fall League. And much like Ike Davis, who played in that very same game, they wondered if either one would make it this year. If they'd be able to make an impact. I think they have. Steven Strasburg was scheduled to pitch in that game but didn't. But you saw him in the Fall League last year. All three have made huge impacts. That's why Gracie and I look forward to seeing you again this fall at the Arizona Fall League. We'll be out there.
I'll be there. Suntan lotion, Bermuda shorts, maybe a visor and a tank top.
I have a favorite part of the Fall League I'll share with you in a moment.
Zinc on my nose.
Outside of seeing Gracie with zinc on his nose. The Sandoval goes down. It's not seeing Gracie with zinc on his nose, and it's certainly, as we see this pitch hitting his spot, seeing baseball's best players. That's one of the best young players, up-and-coming players. He can also get you, it's vacation time for you and I. You can get a cold beverage while you're out there.
That's the best part about it.
And you are sitting close.
You're right in on the action. Great young players. And they're out there competing hard.
Well, you bet. Scouts everywhere. So we'll see you. First cold one will be on Gracie and I. We'll see you at the Fall League. Arizona Fall League.
Come on out.
The 2-0. Hot shot. My goodness. Juan Uribe unloaded on that baseball.
He's got some thump in his bat. He gets a 2-0 pitch. Rodrigo goes down the middle with it. And really, Stephen Drew, it was by him before he landed.
So here's Nate Shearholtz. They're talking about the Hall of Fame catcher question. How about Yogi Berra?
Johnny Bench. George Fabregas.
I don't think he had a nice career, good teammate.
Well, would Joe Garagiola?
Well, no, he's in as a broadcaster.
That's okay. Carlton Fisk.
Very well done. Of course, Al Lopez.
Oh, former Diamondback Johnny Estrada.
Lopez, that's right. He's in as a manager. He went in as a manager. Caught a lot of games, though. Baseball, at one point, baseball's all-time leader in games caught as a catcher. Grounded out to third. Yeah, you wouldn't want to put him in the Hall of Fame as a catcher, would you?
Caught too many games. More than anybody else.
I'm upset again.
Explain the rule again about 2 trips.
Since we've eliminated at one time baseball's all-time games caught leader, Al Lopez.
Yeah. He didn't deserve
Wouldn't want him in the Hall of Fame.
Caught too many games.
But, boy, this is a who's who. What a special list it is, of course.
Oh, forgot about Gary Carter, Roy Campanella.
Legendary Negro League catcher Josh Gibson. Many say one of the greatest players in the history of all of baseball.
Anybody you talk to will say the same thing. That was fortunate enough to play against or watch Josh Gibson play.
No balls and 2 strikes to count. It was last year in Kansas City that we had a chance to visit the Negro League Museum with Chris Young and Justin Upton. At the time,
Lorenzo Bundy,
member of the coaching staff. And it's an experience I'll never forget. Well, we mentioned the Fall League. If you ever happen to be on another mention on a great baseball destination in Kansas City, go find it and visit. It is an incredible place. Justin drives it. Gibson will be very proud of that shot. Up and over the wall for a double. Otherwise, we're looking at 3 bags, I'm guessing.
A couple of nights in a row now, he's driven one just in the same spot, right into the pool area for a ground rule double. It's a good way to start the 4th inning, blowing the bubble even, and ripping balls into the gap. It's hard to do.
Nine-game hitting streak.
Sample size.
It's getting bigger. Miguel Montero pops it up.
And he's got Miguel chasing those high fastballs. He was tardy on it.
Talking about Justin and that role he is on. Miggy's been a little bit quieter since the break. He just hasn't quite been where he's wanted to be. That pitch is low. Kelly Johnson had a great line last night, by the way, speaking of that 14-inning game. Johnson came on late as a pinch hitter and ended up getting 3 chances to hit. And he and Adam LaRoche have a healthy give and take with regard to burying one another, simply put.
Of course.
1-1 the count to another left-handed hitter in Montero. But LaRoche, as that one is fouled off with a wry smile, said, boy, never in a million years did I think, Kelly, that you in fact would, when we sat together at the beginning of the game, neither one of us in the lineup have a shot at the hat trick once the game was over.
And Kelly did.
He was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And Kelly laughed.
Still got him chasing those high fastballs. He's just going to keep throwing them. But you foul them off and stay alive. Your chances of the hat trick lessen. That one's higher than high. Just straight foul.
The 1-2. Justin Hudson is out.
Oh boy.
So right back to the windup. Miguel again goes after that pitch up in the zone and pops it up. And an inning that started with such promise is now much quieter against Matt Cain. And here's Mark Reynolds. Back sitting on the back part of the bench, frustrated as Reynolds doesn't chase. 1-0 the count. Well, he sees his teammate the ability to pull that off, but he was looking right at him the whole time. Cain had his eyes right on him. Popped up a mile high up towards that roof. Buster Posey will give it a look. Bounces around. 1-1 the count. This is a 4-game series. Takes it on through the weekend. And the Diamondbacks head east to take on the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets. Tomorrow, Edwin Jackson against Jonathan Sanchez. The 1-1 is away. Madison Bumgarner, I'm really looking forward to seeing him pitch.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Against Ian Kennedy.
You know I love those left-handers.
Well, pretty good pitch, but it's called high. And then on Sunday, Barry Enright, who was so good last time out and has been really solid in all 4 of his major league starts, takes on Tim Lincecum. There they are. That's Sunday's matchup.
Tim Lincecum, back-to-back Cy Youngs. Looks like Black Beauty with that flowing mane. He's big league, by the way.
He's got 10 wins again.
Yeah. He's officially big league.
What's Brewing is brought to you by our good friends with the Miller Brewing Company. Reynolds turns in a nice at bat, by the way. Sanchez, Jackson, Bumgarner, and Kennedy, Lincecum, Enright. That one is low. A changeup. 1-0 the count. They play Adam to pull in the infield pretty dramatically. Posey backhanded
nice
that one.
Play. Sometimes you get a little bit fortunate. He goes with the backhand and corrals it. Saves 90 feet.
Hitters count 2-0. One is outside. 3-0 the count. Stephen Drew waiting on deck. You know that.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I'm sorry. Out of nowhere. After 2 quick outs, Matt Cain having trouble finding the strike zone.
There, he's got it over the inside corner. 3-1 the count. Coming off a sweep of the New York Mets. Their first sweep since last August. And their first ever sweep of the Mets here at Chase Field, meaning ever. It's a foul ball. Rockets around in that dugout.
Follow Fox Sports Arizona coverage of D-backs baseball on your iPhone, iPod, Touch, BlackBerry, and Android with MLB.com at Bat 2010. It features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit dbacks.com today on your iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, or BlackBerry for more details.
Over the top of a changeup. Android.
I don't know.
We love Kachinko. Interactive kiosk near section 111 at Chase Field, brought to you by our good friends with Gila River Casinos. That's an autographed baseball. We were hoping she'd win a visit to the booth, but instead that's a great prize, an autographed baseball.
And we love it when we get visits from lucky fans.
And Gila River Casinos brings it to you. Looking forward to here on Next couple of home stands will be doing a game from out there. As Rowan swings to the first one, 0-1 the count.
Aaron Rowan having some struggles this year. He started off in the leadoff spot early in the year. That didn't work out too well. Now he's fallen all the way down to the number 8 hole. He taps that one foul, and it's really not a very good idea at all if we were to do a game up at the Kachinko board. It's really a terrible idea. And it's terribly pronounced.
1-2 the count. Give me that rule book, by the way. Where's that rule book? That one is fouled off. Oh, my goodness, again. There it is. See how well she drops that one. Not like what we saw down in the media area just a moment ago. Their ball that was dropped down there, as that one is fouled. Grounded in on the hands, I should say. The throw is foul, off the mark. That tied him up. Thought he had fought it off up the line foul. It was a fair ball, but then thrown wide.
Mark Reynolds, just a routine play, and he just launched it. Nothing Adam LaRose can do, so a free base runner there. And Reynolds just can't believe it. So I would imagine Matt Cain now going to be asked to bunt.
Reynolds in at third, onto the cut of the grass. Drops it down first base side. LaRoche's only play. Boy, that was a dandy. And for Cain, the 7th sacrifice bunt drop down this year, trying to cash in on the error.
Well, that's what contenders do. That's what leaders do. You get a break, you take advantage. And also as a pitcher, you help yourself by being a good bunter or being a threat at the plate. That's just good stuff by the young fireballer.
Now here's a man that has turned in a great story this season. Finally in his big league career given a chance to play every day. From 02 to 09. 02 to 09, he only started 93 games. He has started 73 this year alone. Hit .232 in all that time previous of this season. Lifts that one to the left field. This time, unable to drive it in. Don't forget, he homered back in the 3rd inning. Torres is retired there. He is 1 for 3. West high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. No surprise, Matt Cain getting 94. Lopez, 91 miles an hour. For the Giants, 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. They have stranded 2. For the D-backs, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. They have stranded 3. Drops a breaking ball in there. 0-1 the count. Working here in the 5th inning. 87 pitches. Pours in a fastball. 0-2 on Freddie Sanchez, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Got it. Change up into the dirt. Montero stays with it and completes the strikeout. Time to find a way, and we say this a lot with Rodrigo, a way to get him some runs out there.
by 2 here in the 5th inning, and the Diamondbacks set to open. Because if we talk about the Major League Baseball schedule in 2011, it looks like they would be opening at Colorado, but there is a chance the Diamondbacks could be going to Taiwan and possibly playing the San Francisco Giants. President and CEO of the D-backs, Derek Hall, talked earlier today about the possibility, and it's really up to Major League Baseball International and Taiwan to work out this deal, and there's still a long way to go, but it appears the Giants are the team that would be in for sure, and the Diamondbacks are just one of a couple of teams that would certainly be in consideration for that. And guys, they're really looking at a couple of reasons. Just a great experience for the organization, the players, growing the brand that is the Arizona Diamondbacks, and maybe opening up some possibilities as far as scouting goes. But are you guys ready? You have your bags packed for Taiwan?
Absolutely. Ready to roll, ready to go. I know you had a chance, Gracie, to go and play Japanese over in Japan. Japanese baseball, play all-star games over there. What was that like for you?
Oh, Japan was great. It's a long trip over and back. You cross the international date line. It's tough to get your bearings. Your inner clock is off for over a week, so it's not easy. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's difficult on your body, on your mind. You're wide awake at 3 in the morning, and you're ready to go to bed at 11, noon.
Right.
So it's tough. And we got to come after coming back from Japan, playing the Mets in 2000 to open. We got 1 day off.
Really?
When we came back, had to play St. Louis the next day.
And they're pretty good.
Needless to say, it didn't work out too well for the battling Cubbies.
Well, as the schedule would go, if this comes to fruition, Arizona would come back and have more than a couple. They would have at least a full day off and actually play a few more exhibition games then before starting the season.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, so now you folks know what I want for Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, we've been talking about it the last few days. A new suitcase for my trip to Taiwan. That one is
planning on going, are you?
Down the line it goes. Boy, great effort there by Torres. Look at, he checks to make sure he didn't hurt a fan. Wow. I mean, that is a fabulous effort. It was about a row back.
Oh, yeah, you got that rascal right in the noggin. But he asks if he's okay. Everybody's okay. Sorry. Oh, dear.
So Parra goes down on strikes. And here is Rodrigo Lopez. Oh, and 1 the count. Oh, I'm excited about that trip. Never been that far away from home.
Planning on going, are you? Are you invited?
No, I'm inviting myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure the game will be televised on a national level. But we're going to need to do some features, for all of our shows.
Holy Moses. How are we looking?
Well, Matt Cain just opened up a hotel.
Did he really?
Yes.
What's it called?
Well, it's called the Hotel Cain. Stephen Drew, good morning. Gerardo Parra, good afternoon. And we'll be careful, Rodrigo Lopez. Good evening, sir. We'll turn your bed down for you. know there's a fun concert coming up this weekend, Gracie. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm going to tell you, bring the whole family to the ballpark this Sunday for a post-game concert with the Wiggles.
Yeah.
Get a family 4-pack for just $40. It includes 4 game and concert tickets plus 20 D-bucks to use on food and drinks. Visit dbacks.com/concert. Captain Feathersword's going to be there. Dorothy the dinosaur. Wags the dog. Henry the octopus.
Henry, he'll be there? Good.
Oh, man, they're all going to be there.
And how are they going to get here?
In their big red car.
That's what I thought you'd say.
Yeah, it's going to be big league. Can you tell we've got kids that used to watch the Wiggles or still do?
The 1-0 to Aubrey Huff. And Joe Borowski, a fine member of our broadcast
team.
What a
terrible effort that was.
I mean, that was a terrible. He dropped it. It was right there to Joe.
It was right in the breadbasket. I mean, he had it. And he kicked it.
Big swing. That one gets a piece of Montero. Well, I tell you, Joe is a fine announcer, doing a great job as a rookie analyst full time. And he's, no, it didn't. It was right there. Joe,
that was a pitiful effort.
How do you not catch that ball?
There we go, man.
Hello?
Yeah, he's ignoring us.
That was a good
It was tough.
The 1-2. Joe's over there reading about Rule 8.06 right now.
The 2 trips to the mound?
Or the 4-out rule.
Yeah. I want you to explain that 4th out to me.
I will. Just watch Baseball Matters on the web. I'll do it later tonight. FoxSportsArizona.com. Bounces that one in there. 2-2 the count. Aubrey Huff walked back in the first inning, stole a bag, and came around to score. Grounded out on a 4-3 ground out in the 3rd inning. Boy, good pitch. Changeup popped up. Not an easy play for a catcher to come out with his back to the pitcher's mound and make that play, but Miggy does make it. Easier for the likes of Gracie, the first baseman, or any third baseman to come on in and make it, but Miggy does a nice job.
Turns his back to the pitcher's mound and makes a nice play. All kinds of spin on those balls. It's coming back. He just does a good job of corralling it.
Here is the dangerous youngster out of Florida State, Buster Posey. In that position, if you're Montero, or in the back of your mind, you think you're listening for a first or a third baseman at that point? When you go out and make that play out in front of the mound, I would imagine you have to be. Bouncing ball. Steven on a backhand. Sets. Fires in a long throw. Got it.
Well, Rodrigo's settling in nicely, but unfortunately he's being outpitched by one Matt Cain.
Pablo Sandoval goes through his routine, stepping out of the batter's box, kicking at those shoes. He has had those colorful shoes since he arrived here in the big leagues. As the pitch is high, Sandoval, are those kicks in his career against the Diamondbacks, a .417 hitter. And with all batters with more than 100 or more plate appearances against Arizona. He's right there at the top of the list. He has owned the Diamondbacks.
Boy, he is swinging hard tonight. Yeah, I know I am.
Dante Bichette, your good buddy.
Oh, man. He could hit.
Big nod of yes. The right-hander rocks and fires. High fly and an easy chance for Gerardo Park. Tell you what, the outing has been solid. They have been handcuffing the Panda, but just about everyone else have to get that man. Our Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning Cool Play, a fine play by Adam Moros. Our partnership with Chaz Roberts, we love it. We don't love the partnership with the Giants if you're a Diamondbacks fan, because Torres has been doing it again. Meantime, Kane tossing a shutout. Lopez, beyond the 2 runs allowed, has been solid again. Controlling the likes, as you can see there, of Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval. And if you're just joining us, 2-0 is the score. The Giants on top of the Diamondbacks. 3 hits for San Francisco, just 3, and 2 for Arizona. No balls and 2 strikes. And when a pitcher is rolling, it seems like every time you step into the batter's box, it's 0-2, as it is right now. Strike 3.
5 straight D-backs have gone down swinging.
And now it's Kelly Johnson. Kelly grounded out both times to the right side. 1 to second, 1 to first. Fastball blazes by him away. 0-1 the count. A little chopper, hugging the line, in between with the tag. Nice job, Huff. Kane was headed over as well. Could have gotten interesting, but all 3 avoided a collision.
Well, the race is on. Everybody converging on it. I got it. I barehand it, says Aubrey Huff, and makes the play. A nice job of just staying out of the way by Matt Kane.
Breaking ball is a high strike. Just enough to Amica Insurance pitches seen. Away and down and away is where he has attacked the most. Pitch number 7 of the inning is a strike. 0-2 the count. Well, he's going 3rd time through, really showing that breaking ball early in counts.
He established the fastball early. Now it's breaking ball. Whoa. Sometimes that'll get Justin mad. It wasn't that bad.
Caught him diving a little bit.
But when you're looking for a breaking ball, that'll get your attention.
A good pitch, a pitcher's pitch, certainly. No intent of coming near that head. And I think he thought he had him mad, because a mad Justin will chase that one. And I think he's mad. He just controls it. 2-2 the count. They play him to pull in the infield. And he takes a slider. 3-2 the count to Upton. Walked, doubled. Hitting streak at 9 games as he takes that one right out of the catcher's mitt.
But that's okay on a 3-2 breaking ball. That means you're battling. You're fooled. Go ahead and find a way to scrape it foul, and you might get a mistake with the next pitch. And you can cut this lead in half.
Did he go around? They're double checking. Boy, what an at bat by Justin Upton. How about that? I think I want to go back to a point you made, that sometimes that'll get Justin mad, and usually a younger player, when he gets mad, comes out of his game. He might have been internally frustrated, but he didn't come out of his game there.
I think he was mad for maybe one pitch, and that's where he's matured. A lot of times in the past, Justin would stay mad for the rest of the game. You know what? That's part of the game. That's part of being a star player, as Justin Upton is. You're going to get guys run them up and in on you. They have to. There's that breaking ball. He's really throwing some good ones this inning.
And he varies the speed on it. He throws the curveball. That's what that was. He'll throw a slider as well. Usually about 7 out of every 10 pitches are fastballs. Slider, curveball, changeup to complement. The 0-1. Hot shot right to Huff. Was on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball, but tonight it has been Kane's evening. Southwest Airlines, grab your bag, it is on. By Las Vegas this summer. Send yourself to Camp Vegas for grown up at LasVegas.com. And by Quest High Speed Internet, blazing fast speed. They won't burn up your wallet. And by your Valley Hyundai dealers. 7th inning, stretch your dollar. Visit ValleyHyundaiDealers.com. Sorry, folks. Gracie got me on a bit of a laugh there.
Well, tell you what, Rodrigo Lopez and Matt Cain, nothing to laugh at. They've been terrific here in the pitcher's duel in the desert. Rodrigo in for his 7th inning of work, and he just continues to throw quality strikes.
Boy, a poor 0-2 pitch, and it's juiced into the gap. All the way to the wall and will go, and he will rue that pitch. After you mentioned so many quality strikes, look at him. He'd love another shot at the 0-2 to Uribe.
Let's see what happens. Miguel wants it inside. Oh boy, right down the middle thigh high. Yeah, what a favor he just did. And to Uribe's credit, he didn't miss it. He whacked it. Now Scherholtz an opportunity to pull the ball on the ground and move Uribe to third.
Do it.
Scherholtz, right field. Upton is there. He makes the play, fires to third, but it's cut off by Jules up the line.
Good productive out there by Nate Scherholtz.
And on a fly ball to right field, you young pitchers out there, or any position, you always have a place to be. And this isn't a half-hearted backup. Watch this.
Yeah, he knows he's got to get over there. Well, that's a great shot right there. Like you said, you've always got somewhere to be if you're a pitcher. And that is backing up the play. It was a smart play by Stephen Drew to cut that ball off. He knew it was offline. As Chad Qualls starts to warm up in the pen.
Infield in, all the way in.
Well, you have to. Can't afford to fall behind by 3 to Matt Cain and that bullpen. Got to try to cut this run off.
And your opposing pitcher helps you make that decision, doesn't it? And their bullpen.
Great point.
When you think about that.
Well, you're running out of outs. You're down to your last 9 outs in this ball game.
Cain waits on deck. Base hit, Rowan with that infield drawn in. Otherwise, that's a simple line drive to the chest of Stephen Drew. Uribe tagging up and heading on that productive out by Shearholz, and Rowan cashes in. You always give us the number that you're about 100 points better with the infield in.
He was. He got a fastball in. Just over the head of Stephen Drew. Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes made a movie about that subject.
Here's Matt Cain. They're looking for the bunt. Reynolds way in. Runner goes. Swings through it. Double pump. Throw down. Stolen base. Montero saying might have been interfered with there a little bit. I'm guessing. But it didn't look like it, at least with the naked eye. Let's see.
There's the swing and miss. Now, once the double pump happened, I don't think it mattered anymore. I think that's what Jeff Kellogg was reminding him.
No balls and 2 strikes to count to Cain. Matt dropped down a sac bunt and a good one in the 5th inning. Popped up to short back in the 3rd inning. That one sails outside of the zone. Torres waits on deck. We were talking about that earlier. Lopez going 7 innings or more, and if he completes this inning, that is now 11 times this year. It's more than any Arizona starter.
He's well on his way.
Strike 3 for the 2nd out of the inning. You know what's interesting, and he's going through it again tonight? In those games in which he goes 7 or more innings, his ERA is 3.8, and his team is 3-7.
That's unfair.
Look at what he's in the middle of tonight.
Yeah.
Should the offense be quieted by Cain, and it's not a stretch to think that. He could go 7 innings, give up 3 runs, and lose. And in this booth, the 7 innings, 3 runs, we call that a quality start, not the 6 innings and 3 runs. And the quality about a 4.5 ERA. And that's just runs. Earned runs or not earned runs. 7 innings, 3 runs. 7 or more. Swing and a miss. Good 2-0 pitch to the aggressive and red hot Andres Torres.
Torres just knew a fastball was coming. Rodrigo pulled the string on him, got him way out in front to get a much needed first strike.
We talked about Torres with his journeys around the minors and then in the big leagues from 02 to 09. He only started 93 games. Hit just 230, on base below 300. This has been his year. Pops that one foul. It's a souvenir up above. Our fan from Las Vegas ends up with that one. There he is.
There he is. There's the running rebel. Went to Bonanza High School.
A good audience there. We don't want to forget about our folks in Vegas and New Mexico that watch D-backs baseball.
That one hit a long ways, but about 900 feet foul.
We got an email, by the way, from Dale in Pine Top. First this 2-2 pitch. He wouldn't chase. 3-2 the count. Drop us an email, by the way, like about 2,000 of you did last night.
That was great.
FoxSportsArizona.com. Click on the Diamondbacks link, and we'll keep an eye out for you. But he wanted to know, he said, I grew up listening to Ernie Harwell the last couple of nights. It's caused me to wonder if Ernie Harwell bequeathed his stadium seating chart to Darren. I would be so honored. I would be so honored. And you bet that's where we borrowed it from. You bet, Mr. Harwell. Time for the Valley Hyundai Dealers 7th inning stretch. Your dollars.
Holding up this evening.
I'm doing great. I love a good pitcher's duel, but I think we should look at the effect it has on some of the guys who played all 14 last night.
We'll also have that plus an update on the D-backs' new spring training home. Guys, after the game, we will be here. Let's hope it doesn't go 14 once again.
What?
What?
Are you kidding me?
What did he just say? What? You talk about throwing a Moachichi right on a ball game. Oh, Brad.
High fly left field. Off the end of the bat for Mark Reynolds. So Reynolds is erased after he had struck out and then walked in the 4th. That's just straight embarrassing.
You've had a little burr in your saddle tonight, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Here's Adam LaRoche.
You want to talk about it?
Nope. Stay tuned. I'll share it with all of you on Baseball Matters on FoxSportsArizona.com. They play the big shift, so Adam just didn't run it far enough, quite honestly. That was the key. He wanted to push it. There was the big shift on. He wanted to push it up there and make Sandoval come get it.
That's exactly right. It's actually a very good bunt. You see where the third baseman is right there, but the bunt just doesn't get out that way. Nice athletic play there by Matt Cain, pouncing on it. So the idea was very good by Adam LaRoche. He just didn't bunt it firm enough. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Do you need a big hug?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Don't worry about me.
All right. Well, I can't help but worry about you.
That one is outside. I'll share it with all of you. Just log on to FoxSportsArizona.com.
Well, when you get a little case of the grouchies, I worry about you.
Don't worry about me.
All right.
No one else is. The 1-1. 1-2 the count. The Diamondbacks, by the way, have just 2, count them 2, bunt hits this year.
Well, going into next year, that's going to have to improve. That's a great weapon. That
Steven went around.
Well, that hit Stephen Drew in the foot, but it's a swing.
Here's Bochy coming out. They called it a swing right away.
Yeah, it's a swing, but it hit his foot. So now Jeff Kellogg's going to explain. He's going to call his crew together and find out what's his back foot. Bang, right on the toe.
Well, didn't Kellogg call it right away? I mean, didn't Kellogg call it a swing right away?
Yes. Okay, no, there's Alan Porter. Alan Porter appealed and said no swing. So Alan Porter, the third base umpire, said there was no swing, so that goes as a hit batsman.
So when we saw Kellogg, he was pointing at the hit foot by Stephen Drew, not that he went around.
I'm assuming that's what it was. I'm assuming that's what it was. Sure luck duck, he pointed at a swing, but he didn't.
I think he did. I think he pointed swing.
I think you're right. So the Diamondbacks get a bit of a break. It didn't look like he swung, though. It really didn't look like he swung.
The 1-0.
It's not going to matter anyway.
It's a moot point now. Take a peek at the State Farm out-of-town scoreboard. Well, Gracie, you were mentioning Tim Hudson. There he goes again, shutting out San Diego. Philadelphia, we will see. The Diamondbacks will see the Phillies next week in Philly. And Detroit victorious over Toronto. Detroit piecing things back together after that free fall after the All-Star break. Speaking of Mr. Harwell, the late legendary voice of the Tigers, we peek in on the Tigers score. Jed Qualls peeks in, and he goes to work. Bullpen gate opens up. Qualls gets the assignment. 40 appearances now this year, an ERA over 8. As the sinking fastball is low, 1-0 the count. Cole Gillespie is now in left field. Qualls bats 8th. Gillespie bats 9th. That's the double switch. Gillespie will lead off the next inning. 1-1 the count to Freddie Sanchez. What happened to the Cincinnati Reds today? Did they get Levant?
They got clobbered.
They got Levoed. Levon Hernandez, 7-1
7-1 winner over the Redlegs at home.
I'm a big fan of Levon Hernandez.
Are you? You know, I like for the Washington Nationals, Steven Strasburg.
It's ridiculous. That one has popped up. LaRoche over his shoulders, got it. That's 2 fabulous plays by Adam tonight.
Both on Freddie Sanchez.
That's exactly right. I think he kept thinking, who's calling me off here? Who's calling me off here? And no one did.
Well, he just runs to a spot, reaches that big right paw out and makes a grab. That looked like Larry Fitzgerald in the corner of the end zone.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh, man. Heading on up to Flagstaff here in a few days to go check out the boys.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned my Cardinals, Gracie.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute here. Did you just say your Cardinals?
I really appreciate it.
All right. The same guy that talks about how the city of Detroit is going to restore the roar?
Yeah, they might. It's secondary to me right now, though. Good friend Mark Dalton and I really pull for the Cardinals.
Well, Mark Dalton is a good man. Does a great job with the Cardinals. And that must be because he just brought you some goodies today. Is that what happened?
Did he? 2-0 the count. That one is juiced into right center field. And a base hit. Oh, yeah.
He does a fine job, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now my partner is officially a Cardinals fan. Now that he's got a free. Oh, yep, there's the lid. Nice. You know what? Just because you're coming around to my way of thinking, I just may let you sit with me at a couple of my home games this year. What do you think?
I think we're talking. That means you'll pay for the tickets?
Well, of course. They're already paid for.
I tell you, it's going to be a great year. You're going to have to bring me up to speed, though. 1-0 the count to Buster Posey. I just know in the truck, our fine director, Mitch Riggins, good man.
A Bay Area guy.
Huge Niners fan.
Yeah. He's been in attendance with me before.
The 1-0. Got the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Let's see if Chad can get a ground ball, get himself a double play here.
You know who else is a big Niners fan is our radio voice, Tom Candiotti. Big Niners guy. So we'll have a lot of people to tease when they take their drubbing.
The 1-1. Right back through the box. This young man can hit. My goodness. Posey, 2 hits. He's got an RBI tonight. We were telling you earlier about the hitting streak he has added to.
And it's not just 1 a game. He's getting 2 and 3 a game, Darren. Just a bullet right back through the wickets of Chad Qualls.
He's got a 16-game hitting streak. In that time, 28 hits.
Yep, he's beaten DiMaggio.
Well, I don't know about that, but
yep, he's doing it. Heard it here first, folks. Qualls could use a ground ball here. Desperately trying to keep it at a 3-run lead. You've only got 6 outs left. You have to keep it close. Keep it in grand slam range.
The 0-1. Outside. 1-1 the count. Just got a note from our good friend, Diamondbacks fan watching out in Los Angeles. John Reynolds is watching.
Ah, how is JR?
He is dialed in. Handling, well, the Mets. The Mets are in town.
Oh, that's right.
In Los Angeles. But he is dialed into our game on television. Bouncing ball could be 2. There's 1. There's 2. That one floated to Stephen Drew a bit, but he hung in there nicely. And he's honestly very fortunate that Buster Posey didn't knock him to Los Angeles. Baseball, David Wright and the Mets take on Andre Ethier and the Dodgers. As both teams look to move up the standings, we like to call it Fox Saturday Baseball. It's presented by Taco Bell. It returns this week in 1 Pacific. All the way from the Czech Republic to watch the D-backs.
Wow,
right. That's great. Welcome.
Well, we love our fans from Prague.
That is great news right there. We love when you drop us an email from all over the world. And it's a breaking ball. It's a strike.
And by the way, nobody even up in the Giant bullpen. Matt Cain is in that kind of command today. Steer right two to Cole Gillespie.
Gracie, he just, in getting strike two to Cole Gillespie, reached 98 pitches. He's here in the 8th inning.
He has made very quick work thus far of the D-back hitters. 2 hits. 2.
Gillespie spoils a breaking ball. Well, don't forget, we told you coming on the air on May the 28th, he threw a 1-hit shutout in a 5-0 win to Arizona. He's made 15 starts in his career against the Diamondbacks. 15. It's 5-4 with a 3.49 ERA. Fastball off the plate. Good 0-2 pitch. Again, spoils a good curveball. That curveball low. Got a great note from Austin watching in Tucson. We love our Tucson fans. Thank you, Austin. Says, I'm watching in Tucson, enjoying the telecast tonight. Did Mark Grace win the Legends race tonight?
Well, Austin, I came in a distant last again tonight.
Unbelievable. 1-2 the count to Gillespie. I'll tell you what, it's not just the base hit, it's the 2 or 3 tough pitches before that he fouled off to hang on. A great at bat.
Very well said, Darren. He fought off, kept himself in the game, kept himself in the at bat, and got a plated fastball and just flipped it the other way nicely. Well, that's a really good at bat by the youngster Cole Gillespie.
Chris Young now. Fastball is low. That now may get that bullpen a stirring.
Yeah, they're starting to scramble out there a little bit.
Romo, the right-hander. Like there's a left-hander joining him as well.
Jeremy Affeldt.
Ooh. He can be tough.
He can be a beast.
So in kind of the tone that we've had all week long, you said it earlier, not a creature with stirring. But now they are.
Well, that's more like a Christmas Carol type of thing.
I know, and you've been talking about Christmas all week long. I know you're excited. Here's Chris Young with a 1-0 count. Breaking ball, 1-1.
Well, he's been exclusive breaking ball ever since the first inning base hit by Chris Young, and then a long fly ball on a fastball. It's just been nothing but breaking balls since. Probably another one here. Sure. But a good job of laying off. Fatigue may be starting to set in a little bit with Matt Cain, 105 pitches.
Chris Young off the end of the bat. Stuck with the slider, didn't he?
He has seen nothing but breaking balls ever since that sprawling catch at the wall by Torres. And that was back in the third inning. So just off the end of the bat. Had a good swing at it, but just caught it off the end of shade.
Kelly Johnson. Standing square in the middle of that batter's box.
Yes.
Fastball runs away, waves right through it. Kelly 0 for 3 tonight. Little nubber, it's foul behind the plate.
That's that occasional changeup that he throws there. He threw another good one there.
Oh, 0-2 the count. Good 0-2 pitch has Kelly jackknifing out of the way. The strikeout hasn't been the bugaboo for Kelly Johnson tonight. He has put the ball in play, pulling everything to the right side. But he's 0 for 3. Tried to get him to bite outside. Good pitch. 2-2 the count. Well, we saw a good at bat by Cole Gillespie. Fouled off a couple of tough ones. See if Kelly can hang around and earn his way on. With Justin waiting on deck. The 2-2. Change up had him out front. That's strike 3. Boy, did he pull the string with a fabulous pitch there.
Hasn't thrown many changeups tonight, Darren, but the handful that he has have just been beauties. Oh, what a big pitch there. Especially in front of Justin Upton, who's hit a ground rule double and walked twice. He's really been the only D-back to have good looks at Matt Cain so far tonight.
Curious to watch this, how he attacks him. Well, he's attacking.
He just went right after him with a fastball right down Broadway. And that doesn't surprise me from Matt Cain, does it you?
No, not at all. In effect, saying, go ahead, you hit it out, I still lead 3-2.
Exactly. But what I'm not going to do is walk you and bring the tying run to the plate. That was that changeup, and that time he threw it for a called strike.
Well, he threw that one through the eye of a needle that time. He couldn't have thrown a better changeup. Right on the outside corner, 1-2 the count. He's got options. He hasn't thrown him a breaking ball yet. He could double up with the change. The fastball would look much harder. Let's watch together. It's a breaking ball. It's strike 3.
Wow, that's impressive.
He absolutely stared him right in the eyes and attacked him. Bet it's Matt Cain. No runs, 4 hits allowed in his last 17 innings against the Diamondbacks. You can also add in there 18 strikeouts. Boy, has he been fabulous tonight, Gracie.
The last batter that he faced on about his 119th pitch, the whole sequence he put on Justin Upton might have been the best sequence he put all night, Darren.
Now, mind you, Matt Cain came in a 5-starred run that had him 1-3 with a 7.31 ERA. In his last 5 starts, he had been well below average. Tried to pull a slider, not a good idea. Uribe. He is erased as he hustles hard around the base paths. There's Matt Cain again.
Didn't really hustle hard at all on that one. What an outing. I would imagine they're going to turn it over to Brian Wilson, their closer. Or maybe they'll run him right back out there, even though he's thrown 117 pitches.
There's the closer.
Well, you should have seen his shoes at the All-Star game there.
Are those the ones he wore?
No, they were like Giants orange. Did you watch the All-Star game? He pitched in the All-Star game.
When was that?
Well, evidently you're maybe thinking of the Pro Bowl or something.
Well, you took off.
I
you
left
took
you
off.
Rocky Point. Maybe you just didn't. Maybe the Spanish feed didn't have a shot of his shoes.
The 3D feed, though. I was watching your 3D feed.
Tres Day.
That one is fouled off.
I do go bilingual on you once in a while.
That was very well said.
Thank you.
So did American League win again?
Oh no, you didn't hear?
No.
The National League got off the schneid, won 3-1 on a 3-run double by Brian McCann, the catcher of the Atlanta Braves. Chris Young caught the very last out of the game, and everybody celebrated in the National League. So.
A long trip back from Yankee Stadium? From New York?
Well, no, it was in Anaheim, Orange County, California.
Oh. The 2-2. Got the outside corner. That was a slider and a good one. Good to see for Chad Qualls.
The Arizona Diamondbacks will be retiring Luis Gonzalez's number 20 on Saturday, August 7th during a pregame ceremony. That's a good thing. To commemorate the event, the first 15,000 fans will get a Luis Gonzalez bobblehead, courtesy of Chase. Call 602-462-4794 or log on to dbacks.com.
Diamondbacks have already sold 40,000 tickets for that evening, so get your tickets now for that night.
You better hurry, folks.
As that one is away. 1-0 the count to the veteran Aaron Rowan. Well, that's good news of the National League. You heard it here first, folks.
But boy, you should have seen Brian Wilson's shoes. Oh, they were fancy. Good guy, too. Bad shoes. Good guy. Whoa, whoa.
1-1 the count.
Meanwhile, Chad Qualls trying to add on to a couple more scoreless innings of a nice little streak here by the Diamondback bullpen.
You're exactly right. It was 8 scoreless innings. It's become 9 2/3 tonight. The 1-1 slider. You can't argue with any of these pitches. 1-2 the count. There was one very confused New York Met. It was Jeff Francoeur asking how in the world could Chad Qualls go through what he's gone through this year, with a lot of respect for the right-handed pitcher and the stuff he had faced in years gone by.
Well, and a guy that Jeff Francoeur has faced many, many times with very little results. Was that a split finger he just threw?
I think it was, and he toyed with that in spring training, and I think he's brought it back. 87 miles an hour, that's exactly what that was. Well, why not? That was a sinking fastball buried in. And that's the pitch, Gracie, that Francoeur was talking about. He said, for my money, if his slider's not on, he can beat you with just all fastballs.
Yeah, he can. Look at this thing with some teeth running right in on the hands of Aaron Rowan.
Fly ball center field, well struck, but Young is there, and he puts it to bed.
Nice job by Chad Qualls.
And his bullpen mates, 10 scoreless. Matt Cain, though, he's been even better against the Diamondbacks.
Come across the visiting dugout. They are 4 wide coming into the final turn. Johnson and Gracie battling back and forth.
Glad to have you back at the ballpark.
Terrible.
You were terrible in your ace, certainly your likeness. Brian Wilson, an all-star, has not been terrible. 26 saves this year. Look at that earned run average of below 2.
One of the harder throwers in the game. He'll run it up there in the high 90s.
Pours it in there just below the knees. 0-1 the count to Miguel Montero. 41 innings of work, 57 strikeouts. In his career, 10 strikeouts per 9 innings of work. Breaking ball is low, 1-1 the count.
Oh, those are nothing, Darren.
The right-hander, 1-1. That one is low, 2-1 the count. Boy, closers walk to the beat of their own drummer sometimes, don't they?
And this is one of them. He was one of the original Mohawk guys. Everybody else kind of been doing the Mohawk after him. He had it first.
Out of LSU is that fastball, and that'll help you. If you're throwing 97 and getting the 3 or 4 inches off the plate.
Inches, yeah. Montero saying, man, it's hard enough when he's on the plate. Now you're giving him that?
That's exactly what he's saying. 2-2 the count. Just protecting, high chopper. Pablo Sandoval throw and just staying on the bag. Ishikawa. Sandoval nearly threw that one away. So now Mark Reynolds. You talk about the right arm of Wilson. His average fastball 96 miles an hour. But
And
also,
then you throw that beautiful slider there to start Mark Reynolds. Goodness.
And there's been a nice history there. He'll throw a cutter, he'll throw a slider, throw both. One and one the count.
Well, Mark had his pitch there. Took a great swing at it and fouled it straight back. Just hadn't been much to crow about tonight, has there, Darren?
No, there hasn't, and Matt Cain will do that to you. He's done it to many. 3 hits this evening, all told for the Diamondbacks. The 1-2.
Gas.
Reynolds goes down on strike. Second time that has occurred. Remember, as we told you, too, Cain came in really struggling. 7.31 ERA in his previous 5 starts. And his run support of 3 runs for Cain, just about usually what he gets. That is 10 strikeouts for the Diamondbacks tonight. And I don't want to forget about Rodrigo.
He was terrific again tonight.
6 times he has thrown a quality start as we quantify it. That's 7 innings,
right.
3 runs or less. In the first 5 times he had done that, the team 2 and 3. So in danger of dropping to 2 and 4 in games in which he goes 7 or more innings and gives up 3 runs or less. Well, those are games you should win.
I agree.
Struck out 7 tonight as well, the most he has struck out since May of 07. On one hop, Freddie Sanchez, the Diamondbacks shut out by the visiting San Francisco Giants. The combination of Cain and Wilson, certainly a deadly combination for the Arizona Diamondback bats tonight.
Just nothing going offensively, unfortunately, after a really good series against the New York Mets. In comes Matt Cain to stop any momentum the Diamondbacks had, and the Giants just continue to climb in the National League West.
They are 3 games back in the National League West, doing very good work. Here they go. Here we go out to our post-game set. I know that Brad and Joe are standing by. We'll have interviews from down on the diamond in the locker room as well. Let's start it now.